And he.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Whoa! Last minute draw, cousin Phil. Hey everybody, it's Home Team Sports. I'm Big Alboski. He's heel turn Harry over there, and way over there is cousin Phil. What's up, Phil?
What's up, man? Almost forgot. Actually, I was out driving. And I just got home.
How you feeling, by the way? A little update on your condition. Are you cool? Are you cool now?
I just got my taste back this week.
I'm glad to hear it, though. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. What's up, guys? What's up there? Big Chris, always watching. I love it. Thank you for tuning in. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about, but let's talk. Let's dive right into that all important that shall I say, overrated and overhyped Rookie of the Year from a few years ago. What happens to Ben Simmons now? The Sixers are gone. The media is blaming him. The players are blaming him. Nobody's blaming Doc Rivers, by the way, who loses all the time in the playoffs. But let's not blame Doc Rivers. Ben Simmons had a big hand to play in all this. But you think he's the only reason why they lost? I mean, come on. I'm no Ben lover, believe me, but I'm just saying. He is a major thing. Harry, what do you think of Ben Simmons' role in the Sixers' downfall?
Well, a little backstory with Ben Simmons. So when he was drafted, right, he had his injury. And he told the Sixers that he didn't want to play. Why he didn't want to play was because in his contract with his sponsor, if he won Rookie of the Year, he got millions of dollars. So he sat out instead of playing. And from what I hear from Stephen A. Smith, who's close with the Sixers, he doesn't work on his shot. He doesn't do anything. He's not really listening to anybody. And he's content with being who he wants to be. And if you listen to his interview, he's like, oh, it is what it is. I am who I am, and blah, blah, blah. All I know is that the last 4 games of that series, in the fourth quarter, there was no Ben Simmons. I mean, he is.
Chris says Simmons is gone, supposed to be the next LeBron, not worth the money now.
Okay, no, stop. Chris is no, Chris, stop. Stop.
Bumped his head.
Come on.
He's right about that. They were talking him up like he was the next Kobe or the next LeBron. Like Kobe Bryant actually said, if this kid learns how to shoot, he's gonna be a problem. Kobe Bryant said that in 2018.
Shoot since high school.
I'm just telling you what said by the pros.
Ben Simmons was never going to be Kobe, LeBron. Ben Simmons is, he is Sabonis of the Pacers, honestly. He can play down low. He's downhill. He is who he is. You gave that guy $140 million left on his contract. And you know what? He is the reason they lost. He is legit the reason. Because they didn't lose by 30. They didn't lose by, whatever. They lost low-digit numbers.
I don't think he's the whole reason.
Go ahead, Phil.
All right, I'll give him 75 out of 100. I'll give Doc Rivers 25.
Doc Rivers,
so Embiid being injured and them not having a bench, that had nothing to do with nothing either?
No. I'm sorry.
They had Curry on Huter, who was killing Curry all freaking game. Trae Young couldn't score, and they had Curry on Huter, and he was just Curry was not playing well defense.
did you like he didn't take open shots, Simmons. He doesn't take shots in the fourth quarter at all.
Simmons
took none.
plays during the regular season when there's not a game. Like when it is like crunch time or they need these points, even in regular season, he passes the ball up. Like he is not he doesn't want responsibility. And the thing is, it's at the opposite effect. It is responsibility. He's not taking the shot. He's not being a player he needs to be. And as a Sixers fan, man, we gotta get rid of Simmons. Like anybody can play. I mean, the guy that backing him up was a thigh bull. You know, it's like $2.5 million. He's got same defense, second team defense. I believe he won.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and this guy takes shots. You see him; he was not scared going to the rim. I mean, he was driving, getting fouled. Yo, that's what we need.
But here's the problem. Here's the whole Simmons problem in general. If you wanted to move Simmons, you have to give up your young talent.
I know.
Yeah.
It sucks. They're kind of stuck with him.
Because
hi guys, hey Phil.
Linda,
Love
listen,
you.
Linda, listen.
I mean, if you break it down simply, that contract and the way he's played in the playoffs, who is going to take him? You're going to have to give up.
Yeah.
The
Not even
guys that you're
playoffs, but when the
talking about.
game's on the line, he doesn't show up.
Because he's not good.
No.
All right, we
He's been
got
like this since high school.
Hey guys, we have a fresh hot take on this. You guys ready?
The Prince.
Oh, God.
Why God?
No,
Stop it.
not the Prince.
Why I gotta say, oh God?
Dad, Alan, what's your hot take on Ben Simmons' future?
I think Dwight Howard put it best. He's still young. He has a whole career ahead of him. He has got plenty of time to develop his skills. This season, he was a flop. This is probably his worst season in the postseason at least. He's just, obviously he had that amazing Rookie of the Year season. He's been a solid player for the Sixers. And then for some reason, this postseason, not quite sure what happened to him. Do I think the Sixers should get rid of him? That really depends on whether or not they think he'll develop further. Because he could turn out to become a star. He's only, 25, 26 years old? He's got time.
Yeah, but they've been working on him for 3 years.
If I were the Sixers, I would trade him because I do think he has a little value to him. One of the trades I saw, I was looking. I read an article, not an article, but like a post that said a good trade for them would be to trade him to the Blazers for C.J. McCollum. I think that'd be a good trade for the Sixers.
I don't know. Chris Van says move Simmons to the Lakers where he can be the third player and play and learn from LeBron and AD.
Alan, stop it.
I'd rather not.
Alan, come on.
What? You don't think he's worth McCollum?
You think the Blazers would trade McCollum for him?
I mean, throw a pick in there and maybe.
How does that make the Blazers better?
Because the Blazers lack interior defense.
You don't
They would
think
have to give they would have to give more, Alan. That's the point. Harry made the right point. Whoever they try to get to trade with Ben Simmons, they would have to add more to Ben Simmons, and they're not going to get what they invested in Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is supposed to be your point guard, right? Do you know how many 3-pointers he's taken in his career?
He's not a point guard.
I
No, he is.
I know, but he's
He
not.
is.
But he's not.
How many
Right.
3-pointers
I get what you said.
in his
That's
career,
20.
you think? 5.
No, he hit 5 this season. He took
took
5
5.
this season alone.
Yeah, and that's it.
No, he was like 1 for 4 this year.
No, man, he's
This
terrible.
he can't shoot the 3.
Oh,
Can't
look
shoot
at mom chiming in. It's your opinion. All of a sudden now, mom's got something to say because Alan's in there.
Yep, eat that.
He's not a point guard, though. Ben Simmons is not a point guard.
Right.
Yeah, but
He's
see,
not.
he's not a point guard. You're right because he's more of an interior player. But I mean, the one thing Simmons has going for him is he's an amazing defender. His defense is really good. That game 7 against the Hawks, he held Trey to almost nothing.
Yeah.
He's got.
Hey, we ain't doubted in his defense. It's his shooting ability, and when the game's on the line,
$140 million to play defense.
I know. I'm not saying. I'm not saying that just being a good defender it makes him a good player. He needs to develop the rest of his play, but that's about all he has going for him right now.
How many years? You tell me how many years he needs to develop. He's in year 4.
I know exactly. They've been working on him for 3 years. He's afraid to shoot the ball. He's afraid to go to the basket. It's a mental problem. Okay? It's not talent. The guy is loaded with talent. Could be, if he wanted to be, one of the best players in the game today. No. But, yes, he could be that guy, but he's not. Because he's afraid to shoot the ball. Afraid to be embarrassed. Afraid to go to the free throw line. He was under the basket for a dunk that could have turned the tide of that game, and he dishes it out because he thought that what's his name was right behind him. That was his excuse after the. Are you kidding me right now? This guy has a ticker problem in his head. Something's wrong right there, and I don't know if it can be fixed. They've been trying to fix it for 3 fucking years in Philadelphia. So what? Is he going to go to some coach, some tough coach who's going to be tough on him and give him some tough love, and then he's going to be the next Kobe Bryant? Give me a break.
Yes.
The guy's overrated.
Really
he has been overrated from day one. Sure, he can be probably the defender of the goddamn year. I'm not even a huge basketball fan like the rest of you is, and I can see as a casual fan that this guy sucks. And I don't want him on the Sixers anymore. Bottom line, I don't care if we give him away. Somebody take him. Go to the Lakers. Go to the Warriors. I don't care where he goes. Just not in Philadelphia next year.
Alan, let me break it down for you very easy.
Go ahead.
My first red flag with him was when he didn't want to play because he could make more money when he won Rookie of the Year. That's the first red flag. The second one is when he's not developing any sort of a shot. Like he has a shooting sleeve but can't shoot worth a damn.
Right.
And you know what happened? Honestly, I think they just quote unquote trusted the process.
The process is dead. The process is over. The process failed.
Here's the problem. Here's the honest to God, real truth problem. If you lose Ben Simmons, how much do you really have in Embiid? Because, I mean, let's be real. You
can't have him as your primary ball handler. You need a shooter. You need a point guard that'll make shit happen and have him sitting there waiting in the paint. You can't have him coming in, dribbling in, and just like backing in, and turning around and doing his fucking move every goddamn time. He can't be your primary guy. He can be. He needs help, and Ben Simmons is not that guy.
My question:
Where do you send him? Where does Ben Simmons go?
I don't know. That's the big issue. I don't know.
Alan.
The Sixers are a really criticized team, and they have all these problematic players, but they still managed to be a first seed.
Well, they were already a first. You can't use this season. Don't use this season.
You got to also understand, son, that they play a lot more Eastern teams than Western teams, right? If they were in the West, I don't think they'd exist.
Well, yeah, but there are a lot of other good Eastern teams.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
Stop.
The thing is, we all agree, is Embiid in his prime right now?
I think Embiid is you can't count on him, though.
I'm just saying, is he or is he not in his prime? Because if he is, they are wasting him right now.
Yeah, but what do you I mean, Alan, he's literally like gonna break eventually.
This was right, exactly, you're right. This was the year because everything fell into place. Everything fell into place. It felt like 2008 Phillies all over again. Everything fell into place, right? The Nets are gone. LeBron is gone. The Sixers had a fucking shot at the NBA title. Every Sixer fan out there all day long on the radio has been saying the same damn thing that I've been saying. They are so sick and tired of watching this happen. For 4 fucking years, we've been waiting for Ben Simmons to get better. It's not going to happen, at least not in Philadelphia. I don't know if it ever will.
But I know I saw your post about sending him the Warriors, and the only team I can honestly, you put it up with because
that was Cowherd. Yeah. I always redo whatever Cowherd says I do because it's controversial. And he said if you put Ben Simmons with Steph Curry, and he'll be like Draymond Green, and they'll be and all be right with the Warriors.
You trade Draymond Green though?
I don't know.
Like that's my
thing. You got beat by the Hawks with home court. Exactly. They lost game 1 at home. They lost game 5 at home. They lost game 7 at home. A team that all season long won 80% of their games at home. Makes me sick.
Here's the thing, though.
Al.
The worst part there is the Hawks didn't even have Hunter this whole series either.
Right. Do you think the Hawks have a chance against the Bucks?
No.
Yes.
No.
Phil? Yeah?
I don't think so.
It's going to be fun. I think.
I do.
I'm not saying I think the Hawks are going to win this series, but I don't. But I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be a sweep by the Bucks.
No, it'll be. I'll say 6.
That's what I'm thinking. 6.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you think it's Phoenix? It's automatic, basically.
Only because there's no Kawhi. If there was a Kawhi, it would be in 5.
Correct.
The West is a lost for the Lakers fan because it's more personal than me being a Lakers fan. I either have to listen to Clippers run LA for the next 5 years, or I have to witness Devin Booker win a championship, and that makes me sick. So, either way, it's a lost loss. I'm all for the East this year. I'm praying.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to see Giannis get in there, but I don't know. The way the Hawks are playing, I don't know. But
all 4 remaining teams, the Hawks only have, 1 championship, and same with the Bucks and the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
The Suns have 0. So
no, the Suns won.
Hey.
Yeah. Right? Because didn't they win when they had Barkley? No, they lost to the Bulls.
Yeah, they don't have one.
That's right. They lost to the Bulls. Is Phil frozen?
I don't know. I think he's frozen in cryo space.
He is.
Either that or he's sharing.
Let me get rid of him. We lost Harry. I'm going to add Phil back on. Because.
Did we lose everybody, or was it just?
No, just you. All right, so Phoenix lost. Phoenix went with Charles Barkley. They got to the NBA Finals. They lost to the Bulls, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So I have a question before we change subjects.
Go ahead.
Are you more upset with the way the Nets lost, or the fact that the Bucks took 7 games to beat Kevin Durant and a half a Harden?
I don't think that's a bad thing for the Bucks at all, seeing as how the Bucks are made up of Giannis and Chris Middleton.
Yeah, but they also have other players. It's literally Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and maybe Joe Harris.
I don't care how it happened. I'm glad that little experiment they tried to pull in Brooklyn, that little super team they put together, fell apart. I don't care how it happened. They're gone. I don't care.
This entire season,
injuries cost Lakers and Nets this year because everybody called the fucking Lakers and Nets. So if everybody stayed healthy, it probably would have been the Lakers and Nets. But guess what? It's not.
But you know what, though? And I hate to say this out. Don't get mad. I mean, AD, it's going to happen.
What's going to happen?
He's going to get injured.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, same thing that you can say the same thing about Embiid, but I mean, he was playing hurt.
No, but Anthony Davis gets hurt religiously every year his whole career.
He didn't last year.
They played in a bubble in like 13 games.
Like,
He still got a point though. He didn't last year.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. All right. So
okay,
Phil,
but it was
who's
a very
going to
short
be in the NBA
season.
Finals?
In a bubble with no travel and a short season. And when the
Right.
season was longer, he got hurt. And he gets hurt all the time.
So I think they should load management him a little bit more.
You
Yeah.
can't lose
Embiid's injuries this year cost him the MVP. I agree with that.
I don't.
Wait. Didn't the guy that won it was out the same amount of time as Embiid?
Jokic, yeah.
Jokic played
Yeah,
like every game except like 2.
Yeah, but he played. He missed a couple. Embiid missed like 18 games.
Jokic missed like 2.
Right.
I feel
something like that.
I feel like if Clay wasn't hurt and the Warriors made the playoffs, I think Curry would have won the MVP.
All right.
I'll tell you,
Who's in?
if the Warriors can get anybody, I think they're a serious threat. Like if they can somehow get somebody average, not amazing, average.
You know what I'm
they're
thinking? I
Ben
think
Simmons.
they're missing a good, reliable big. I mean, they have James Wiseman, but you know who I think they benefit from? Getting Cat. Carl Anthony Towns. I think that would put them as
All right. I'm gonna ask you guys.
I would give up Wiseman and get Cat.
Cat is, yeah. I don't know, but yeah, actually, that could be. I mean, Wiseman, you know, this was only his second season, wasn't it?
I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go around the horn, starting with Phil. I'm gonna go counterclockwise. Who is in the NBA Finals? Phil.
I'm going Denver and Atlanta just so I said we.
Denver's not in it anymore.
I mean, who they got?
Phoenix and Atlanta. Phoenix and Atlanta.
Phoenix Suns.
Phoenix and Atlanta.
Phoenix is in Arizona.
Allen.
I know. Shut up.
I'm going Bucks. I'm going Bucks. Suns.
Bucks and Suns. Harry.
I'm going Bucks and Suns.
Bucks and Suns. Yeah, I feel the same thing. I got Bucks and Suns.
But who wants to watch that? Does anybody want to watch that?
Oh, I'll watch that. Why not? I'll watch that. It's not gonna. I get it. It's not going to have the spectacle of LeBron versus the Nets. I get it, but it's still the NBA Finals.
I'll watch it, and I'll watch Game 1 and see, you know, how that goes, and based off that, I'll determine whether or not I'll watch the rest of it.
I get you. All right, and then finish this sentence, Phil. Ben Simmons plays for next year. Fill in the blank.
He's going to be in Philadelphia, man.
All right.
As much as I hate it, he's going to be there.
Right. Alan?
I'm realistically Philadelphia. What I wish for the Sixers, Ben is in Portland.
All right. Harry, Ben Simmons next year will be...
I'm going to say he's a Knick.
Knicks.
New York Knick. Interesting.
That'd be a pretty decent team for him. Dad?
I say Ben Simmons next year will be somehow or another a Golden State Warrior.
That would be nice for them. It would.
That's my... I just killed Alan.
No, that'd be good for him. Yeah.
You know, if they get Simmons, they win the chip. I'm sorry. If they get Ben Simmons, they win the chip.
Alan, you know that we have a Wolfpack chat where we talk about wrestling. We have a sports chat where we talk about sports. And Harry brought up the fact that Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib, I'm saying that right? Nassib. You guys all said it 3 different ways. Came out and is the first openly gay NFL football player to come out. So your thoughts on that, Harry? You brought it up.
Active NFL player.
Well, I want to start out by saying that the fact that we're even talking about this is sad.
Why is that? Like, you brought it up.
It's sad because you know what? I don't want to. Don't when I say this, don't take it wrong. Who cares if the man is gay or not? But the
Right.
fact that we have to say that there's a man that's coming out as gay, and we have to accept it as a society, is sad.
Well, the NFL doesn't care. I know that. NFL doesn't care because just like any other corporation, they are not legally supposed to discriminate against
No, but
gay, straight, religious, whatever. That doesn't matter. Race, color, creed, all that
I
stuff.
think-
Because
should it be a story? Like, should we even have a story about a man coming out as gay?
Yeah,
it's a story because he's the first NFL player to come out like
I think-
publicly
The
Should it still
Active.
be a story, though?
active.
point Harry's trying to get across, I think, is the fact that coming out as gay is getting like a full press release from everybody is sad because it's just basically someone coming out as gay shouldn't be a full press release all over all the news. It should just be, well, yeah, this guy's coming out publicly. I mean, it's proud. It's very bold, very proud. But like people should just it shouldn't be a humongous big market thing because it's very. I'm not saying he shouldn't publicly come out as gay. You can do that. It's a very bold thing to do. But for like everyone to report it like it's a big, humongous, big deal, and like it's. I mean, I'm sure the NFL loves it. It's publicity, and people are going to the NFL has a gay player. That's great, but but what I'm saying is it shouldn't be all over every single sports website as like the biggest story. This guy should just be gay. He's gay. Come out gay, very bold, and move on with it.
Yeah. And not to mention, since he came out, his jersey sales are number one. The last
Right.
Like,
Cuz, how do you feel about this?
Listen, we're looking at this as because he's coming out gay. And I don't think the reason the whole, whatever you want to call it, I don't want to be politically incorrect. Well, yeah, the circus or whatever you want to call it, all this publicity has to do with the man himself. I think it has to do because he's in a man's sport with a bunch of men who are brutal. I mean, if you remember back in Miami when that tackle was Rich Incognito, harassing him and calling him gay, the San Francisco defensive lineman who came out as gay, who's now in prison because I guess he beat up his significant other. I think it's because of the society of these men in the NFL. I mean, think about there was a killing not too long ago because the dude went on a Tinder date. Was it University of Wisconsin or something? He went on a date, Tinder date, and then went back a second time, and it was a man, and he killed the man. You know what I mean? So I think it has to do with more is people around in the organization of the NFL acceptable to this? Is somebody going to screw up and call him names? You know how you get trash talking on the field. I think that's what it's more about because it's a man's sport. Because if he came out in any other sport, I don't think it'd be a big deal as it is as football. You know?
Michael, there was a
I
gentleman
don't like the whole
NFL.
I mean,
Plus, he's a defensive end. I mean, he's a defensive end, not a wide receiver, not a running back, not a quarterback. He's a defensive end.
Do you guys remember Michael Sam that came out years ago in the NFL?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what. Yeah.
And there was an NBA player, Jason Collins, that came out as gay.
Right.
My thing is, and Alan said it, it's great that he came out and good for you. And you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of people that are sweating if they should come out or not. But the thing is we should come to a point where, okay, you're gay. All right. Like, no matter if you play football, basketball, whatever, like, however you want to indulge yourself, you should indulge yourself. Like, if either one of us were to come out as gay tomorrow, no one would care.
No.
Why does it matter?
My wife.
Well, if Alan came out, I'd care because I'm his father.
Well, I mean, why would it matter if any average person comes out as
I'd
gay?
still love him. I'm just saying, I would.
Why didn't?
Okay.
I mean, why didn't? Why does that matter if he's gay or not? But to Phil's point, and I agree with him, this is not like basketball and baseball. Like there are men grabbing you, pulling you, doing all this crazy stuff with
Especially in the. That's what I meant by him being a defensive lineman.
you. You know what? I feel like I would hope, I should say, that we've come to a point where it's not like that. And if it's like that, to where people are iffy and not with it, then we're regressing as a society. You know, because who cares? The man's a good athlete.
He's a good player, a great athlete, a great player. Right. It shouldn't be as big a story. Gotcha. Okay. Well then, you also brought up a Miss Becky Hammond, and she's got a shot at being an NBA coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She actually
I think she's on her second interview. Yeah.
Second interview
with the Trailblazers, and she's been interviewed before.
So, what do you think of having the first female NBA coach?
Well, let me tell you something. If anybody's going to be a coach, and the first female coach, she's been an assistant for Greg Popovich for, God, forever. And if there's anybody you want to learn from, it might be Greg Popovich. You know, and there's female refs.
Right. There's female refs in the NFL.
I mean, it's
owners.
I would say, you know what? Why not? Why? I mean, we coach female sports. Why can't females coach male sports? You know?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you see, like in the WNBA, there are a lot more female coaches, and obviously in the WNBA, and so it's not. I'm not saying that women don't know as much about basketball as men do. And if she's on her second interview and she gets her job, I think it's going to be a big deal to a lot of people. I think it's going to also be a big deal to women in general, because to see that, Becky Hammond could be an NBA coach. I love basketball. Maybe I could be an NBA coach someday if I'm a female and and I love basketball, love, eat, sleep, breathe basketball. If you can coach, no gender matters. How your interactions with the players, respect.
Yeah. And
there's going to be the jokes. There's going to be the assholes like Anthony Joseph out there, because if he was on here today, he'd be automatically joking about, okay, how's she going to handle the locker room? With guys walking around with their, swinging around.
Anyone that's married, I would feel like would just say, you know what, women handle men in situations any way they please.
Right.
They know,
And he's married. And yeah.
But, there's women sports writers in the locker room.
Well, yeah.
There's women sports writers in the locker room. Like, oh, man.
And they dropped the microphone on purpose.
Argument.
No, but she's and she's very.
I'm not here to speak for him.
No, she's well respected. Like, she is apparently, from what I hear, very knowledgeable, very in there with the know, and she's on the verge. And if there's someone that can do it, if you remember her from college, she was amazing in college too. Like, she's got what it takes. So why not?
Phil froze again right as Anthony pops on and says, Cousin Phil is ducking me, always here when I'm not.
Well, I think you know what? I have another. Anthony might be a little excited. Oh, so Eli Manning is now joining the front office of the Giants.
He's now in the front office of the Giants.
Yes, he's like a consultant.
Okay.
He's going to tell them how to suck even more than they do.
Wow, you're really trying to fire him up. All right, Alan, we'll get off of this subject. But what's your thoughts of Becky Hammond possibly being an NBA coach?
I have nothing different than what you guys said. I mean, if women can referee, coach the WNBA, I don't know why they can't coach the NBA.
Well, I guess we'll see. Man, this show has hit a low with Little Al. Wow, there it is.
No, you want to know why he's not coming on? Because I'm here, and
Right. Well, you didn't know. He saw that you have as your name typed in AJ's replacement. You don't have your name in. You have AJ's replacement. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
I just want to say, on behalf of AJ's replacement, it's been a good show. I want to say.
It's been fun.
yeah,
All right.
Notice how quiet and like peaceful it's been this show. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
It is. All right. So listen. So I'm obligated to give us an NHL playoff update in the Western Conference Finals. Montreal leads 3-2 against the Golden Knights. And the other series, the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm wrong. Tampa Bay leads 3-2 in the East. And Montreal and Golden Knights play Game 5 tonight. And they're 2 games apiece. That is my NHL update. So Montreal and Golden Knights are 2 games apiece. Tampa Bay leads 3-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals. So we're almost to the Stanley Cup. That's my NHL playoffs update. You're welcome.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good NHL Finals this year. Golden
Knights all the way, baby.
I personally think it's going to come down to the Quebec Maple Syrups and the Toronto One-Toothers.
Canadians win tonight. There it is.
All right. So anyway, I think that the Islanders and Lightning series is going to be probably the winner of the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I said before that series started that it's going 7. And that's me not watching hardly any hockey this year.
Here's the thing with the Maple Leafs. I'm sorry, the Maple Leafs. The
Canadians.
No, the Lightning. They've never lost 2 in a row.
Right.
In the last 12 times.
Right.
And now the Islanders have to win 2 in a row. But if there's anybody that can beat them 2 in a row, it is the Islanders.
Like I said, I think it's going to be an all Canadian. It's going to be Toronto and Montreal in the Stanley Cup Finals, and Montreal is going to win the Stanley Cup. Chris, man, you agree?
Can we just say this before anybody says anything? The Golden Knights, by the way, were an expansion team like 3 years ago. They put in, like, the playoffs and the Final Four every goddamn year.
Go Vegas! Really crazy you grew up in the 80s. You never played hockey in the tennis courts at Waters Park. I actually did. I actually played hockey with like Chris Bittenmaster and guys like that. Not so much at Waters Park. I played more at Freeman School Park there, Big Chris. And I think I'm a little older than you.
The Devil's Den? You never heard of Devil's Den?
Devil's Den?
Lower Hackett's Park?
Lower Hackett's Park. He's a Peabody. Yo, Cousin Phil's a Peabody guy too.
Yeah,
so Anthony can chime in, but he can't be on the show. I don't understand.
What does he mean by I don't agree?
I used to play hockey top of my convenience store.
That's a Clerks reference, just in case you didn't know.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
No, see, Big Chris.
I think AJ's ducking us. I'm starting to think that.
Let me address this real quick before we switch gears. TJ was shooting baskets with everybody down on Mercer Street, and I was up on Fillmore Street playing street hockey. I wasn't a basketball guy, so yeah. I don't know what Anthony doesn't agree about. What, the Stanley Cup, Toronto and Canadians? All right, who do you got in the Stanley Cup? Chris, who's gonna be in the Stanley Cup? Should we do that? Alan, don't answer that question. Phil, who's gonna be in the Stanley Cup?
Oh, I don't give a shit. I don't really care.
I love it. I love it. No baseball today.
The Winnipeg Jets.
Tampa
That's a
and the Canadian. There you go. Tampa and the Canadian. Thank you, Chris. Somebody answered my damn question. All right. All right. Before I start this next subject, I want to say, if you guys have not already, please go to our YouTube channel, 2M1L Media, and subscribe, hit like, and share. We are on here every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Sometimes it's a different panel. It's Phil, it's AJ, it's Shango, it's Harry. Sometimes Alan gets involved. We always have a good time coming and talk of sports. So tell your friends, share this out. All right. If you haven't watched this live, that's fine. But share it out and let everybody know. We would love to up that subscription level on 2M1L Media. You will also get all your Spittin' with Spitter episodes with TJ Spitter and all his guests. And you'll get me and the professor on Around the Turnbuckle on Sunday nights at 6. So go to 2M1L Media and please subscribe. We will be here next Tuesday. And now we're going to get into something a little more fun. I thought we'd do something fun.
NASCAR?
It's Alan's favorite subject. Alan's favorite subject. What are the best spoofs ever?
What?
Yeah, Al, you got thoughts on that?
What?
Well, if you don't know what a spoof is, and I got to explain it to you, it's quite simple. It's a movie that's made to make fun of other movies. For example, say Scary Movie, right? Like the movie called Scary Movie made fun of all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Spoof?
Yeah. Or like Robin Hood Men in Tights made fun of all Robin Hood movies. Airplane is one. Airplane made fun of all airline disaster movies. So what's the best spoof? What's the funniest spoof ever?
Was it Princess
I literally
Bride a
hear
spoof?
I literally hear crickets. What's that? Cuz
So was the Princess Bride a spoof?
I don't know. That was actually based on that was based on a play. So I
How
don't
about
know.
Major League?
Major League?
Unnecessary
That
reference.
would be a spoof, but
How about
Unnecessary.
What's this?
Yes,
Gotta be
Airplane.
spoof.
Sure. Right there. That's number one. Surely you can't be serious. Airplane, the movie Airplane was supposed to make fun of all airline disaster movies, you know, that kind of thing. Mel Brooks. Think Mel Brooks. Think Spaceballs.
the Naked Gun
Yeah.
trilogy?
The Naked Gun. Thank you, Alan. The Naked
All
Gun
cop
trilogy.
shows, detective
Hot
shows.
Shots.
Basketball.
Basketball. There you go.
That's the best movie of all time.
They had one I watched the other day. I was laughing my ass off. It was on the Twilight with the vampires and werewolves.
But it made fun of Twilight?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it was a movie. It was just a bunch of videos I saw put together. We went through them, and shit had me laughing my ass off. And I was like, damn, I used to watch Twilight. Like,
Hey, Big Chris, did you see Hot Shots Part 2? That makes fun of Top Gun, right?
yeah.
A little bit of Rambo mixed in. Charlie Sheen's in them, right? How about Police Academy? How about all the Police Academy?
Oh, now you're going into, like, I don't know, man. I would have never guessed them. Like Spaceballs, I would have guessed as a spoof movie. Or
How about do you think Austin Powers is a spoof of James Bond?
I think it's supposed to be.
This is Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap?
There you go, Tom. Big Tom, what's up? Big shout out, Tom.
Harry doesn't have any spoofs to chime in about.
Yeah, Harry don't watch spoofs.
What do you consider a spoof? I mean,
It's a comedy that is meant to be silly and stupid, but make fun.
Major League not a spoof? Like,
Well, what's Major League making fun of? I thought Major League was like a comedy in itself.
baseball movies? I don't know.
Okay, maybe.
I give
Like
Unnecessary reference.
I'll give him that. Sure, I'll give him that.
Unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness. Gold member. That's Alan's favorite.
It is not.
Yeah. Alan can do a mean impression of Gold member, but he won't do it live. I know that.
That's not true. He's making things up.
Don't I look a little bit like Dr. Evil, Al?
I think
No,
like
good
Dr.
little Alan.
No, Mr. Powers. I expect them to die.
How many? You want $1 million? Is that what you want?
$1 billion. Even after I get the money, I'm gonna turn the world into liquid hot magma.
Magma.
All right, Donald Trump, calm down.
Gold member likes gold, likes eating his own skin, you know. The scary movies made fun of screen in the beginning. Like Scary Movie Part 1 made fun of the screams, right? The Scream movies. And then it started to get ridiculous because then it just kind of threw everything in there, like, you know, Freddy Krueger and The Hills Have Eyes and Wrong Turn and all this other stuff. And it started getting ridiculous.
What's the other one? What's the one with the Wayne's brother? That's out.
Yeah, and he's drinking your Kool-Aid in East Central.
No.
Don't drink your gin and juice while smoking in the hood or something.
No. There's another one with just Marlon Wayans.
Tropic Thunder.
What's the one with just Marlon Wayans? Oh, fuck.
Recently?
I just remember the way.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the Wayans brothers did anything recently.
No, it's just him.
Oh. Just Marlon?
Yeah.
I'm looking it up for you. Hold on.
You're looking it up.
Gold member.
Are you out of topics already?
White chicks. Why, you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? We can talk about whatever you want.
All right. Well, back to NBA talk.
Okay.
The most recent. I'm sure you guys haven't talked about the most recent trade to happen yet, where
Kemba gets thrown away for nothing.
It was Kemba and a first-round pick to the Thunder for Moses Brown and the other guy.
Yeah. You know what that is?
What's that?
That's the Celtics realizing that Kemba Walker's not very good.
You want to know what else that is? That's Oklahoma. That's OKC gaining yet another first-rounder, and it wouldn't surprise me if they trade Kemba away too.
Can we just say that?
Are you talking about the Met? I don't mean to interrupt this, but the Wayans thing was on the rocks. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Never mind. Go back to the NBA.
But here's what happened with the Celtics. Honestly, they thought that Kemba was the missing piece, and he wasn't, and then they paid him.
Yeah. But Celtics fans, my problem is a lot of the Celtics fans I know are happy with this trade because the new Borat was hilarious. The
anything Borat.
The Celtics are some of the ones I've talked to are happy with Moses Brown. And all right, Moses Brown. Oh, it wasn't Moses Brown and Al Horford. Weren't they the two that got traded?
Yeah, they were.
Okay, so Moses Brown had like a couple good games for OKC where he went off, and they got like really, really excited about that. And so Celtics fans were like, "Oh, we got Moses Brown in this deal," and I'm like, "Yeah, but like, did you really need that though?"
Yeah,
like
they did.
I don't think they needed it.
But who's going to play center? Who's going to play the big guy?
Al Horford.
For the Celtics. And no. He's going to come off the bench.
Taco Fall. They got Taco.
Stop it. You need to stop it.
Dude, Taco Fall is the biggest prodigy in the league. Come on.
No, he's the biggest guy, not prodigy.
Yeah. Well, Taco Fall has a really tight schedule because he's busy being the center for the Celtics and being a tag team partner for AJ Styles at the same time. So it's like really rough for him to both sides.
AJ Styles.
Anyway, but
You got to throw some wrestling in there.
it's a salary thing. Kemba's not an amazing player,
Not anymore.
and he makes a lot of money. And you know what? I'll tell you something. If you can get something in there, they have the pieces. I mean, you have Tatum, you have Brown,
Yeah.
you
The
know,
Celtics,
you have some pieces, man.
We lost Phil.
I think the Celtics have the pieces. Maybe they're missing one or two. Hold on, Chris, man. I think, say, OKC, I don't know what to think about their plan because they have, 10 first rounders in the next, 4 years or something like that. It's
They have
ridiculous.
a lot.
Yeah. My problem is that's a lot of young talent, and I'm sure they might end up trading a couple of those picks away for something, but young talent, when combined, usually doesn't pan out well because young talent teams tend to have these amazing regular seasons and then make it to the postseason and just completely fall off.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing, and I don't think they realize this. It's great when you have a lot of young talent that you can trade, but when you're in OKC, who the fuck wants to go to OKC? Like, who wants to go there? When you want to trade your young talent, who wants to play in Oklahoma City? You know,
one of my best friends is a big OKC fan. He's been a fan since the Supersonics, and I always tease him. I'm like, I think I know what their ultimate plan is with these picks. He goes, "What?" I'm like, they're gonna trade all of their first rounders to get KD, Harden, and Russ back. There you go. Yeah, he's like in my dreams.
But really, like, who's gonna go there? If you think about it, like,
they've lost everyone. Like, who's left in OKC? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's about it.
That's it. Yeah.
He's all they got.
They got these picks, but I mean,
Russ.
You're gonna draft a lot of.
They lost Schroeder,
and they don't develop players either. Everyone leaves.
Yeah, they'll keep them for a year or two, and then they're gone. Like OKC just unless they plan on building like this young dynasty of let's fill our team with these amazing rookies and develop them over a couple of years. I don't.
Oh, you mean when they had Durant, Harden, and Westbrook?
Yeah. Dude, they had Russ, Harden, KD, Serge Ibaka, Gallinari. Who else was in there? Like they have all these people, and now they're all gone. All that's left is SGA, who's an amazing player, just not with no team around him. On the Chris Vance comment, that one. I do think in this postseason the Lakers will go for someone. I do think that they will get a third piece. They have LeBron, they have Anthony Davis. I personally do think that in this offseason, the Lakers will make a move for a third. I don't know who. I mean, there's a whole bunch of players I'd love to have on the team as a Lakers fan. Russ and Beal, both of which would be really cool. Or one of them would be cool to have on the team. Damian Lillard, because he's going to be a free agent at the end of this. He'd be a cool addition to the Lakers. And there's a lot of really good players out there that the Lakers could pick up as a third. I don't know who. I'm not going to I have no idea. There's a wide range of players they could go for, but I do think they will make the move to get a third this postseason.
What's the move?
No idea. I mean,
no, but what are you doing?
I say trade. I don't know. Trade Kuzma and Schroeder and whoever. I mean,
what are you going to trade Kuzma for? A stack of pancakes?
I mean, that wouldn't be bad. I mean, I'd trade him for a free $10 gift card to IHOP.
Yeah, because he's garbage. Do you remember when he was like the thing? Like Kuzma was like the hot commodity.
He actually didn't do that bad this season coming off the bench.
No, yeah, well, off the bench, yeah, where you get a stack of pancakes.
Personally, I think they should just trade Davis and get Lonzo back. Great idea. I think that's probably their best move. I don't know. I love Anthony Davis. As a Lakers fan, I really deeply miss having Lonzo and Ingram. They were I've like low key. I've been rooting for the Pelicans as of late. That's a whole other story. Is the Pelicans and what the hell they're going now?
Oh yeah, yeah. By the way, in case you were wondering, Alan, Zion's family is very upset.
Yeah, our son isn't getting the attention he needs in your team.
In year 2.
Yeah, the Pelicans, in case you don't know, Father, are a lot of their players are really upset with the team and don't want to play there anymore. It's not just Zion, but it's mainly Zion. But
Zion's
it's his
family's
second year with.
upset.
You know what the worst part is? Their team isn't even that bad. Kuzma's better than Simmons. Kuzma can shoot. I mean, he can. That's one thing he can do.
All right. Let's end this episode with tonight, Clippers at Suns, Game 2. Who do you got?
Clippers.
Alan?
I really want to agree with Harry, but I think the Suns are going to win it.
I got the Clippers.
They're hard to bet against until
1-1. 1-1.
Well, Chris Paul's not playing, so I mean, is Devin Booker going to do a triple-double again?
Is
you know?
why?
No,
This time.
He's not coming back.
Yeah,
he's done. He's done.
1-1.
No, I don't.
1-1.
Hey,
Suns if Paul plays.
Paul's not playing.
He's not playing.
He'll be back.
So I want to make a petition. Can we get a petition out there? I want Allen to come back instead of AJ.
Yeah, I think that's a good petition. You know, because usually
haters gonna hate.
Here, he provides a lot of negative boomer-esque energy. His opinions suck. If you'll notice,
that's what you say about my opinions.
Well, that's because you basically are AJ. So like AJ, I think AJ's problem. He's the standard like Dickie New York fan, where like every single season
he was made that way though. That poor kid was made that way.
He's the guy every season. He'll be like, oh, the Yankees are making a great development this year, and then they lose, and he's like, oh, next year,
That's what Phillies fans say all the time.
No, Philly fans
throw
balls on the court when they lose.
Suns are at home. Clippers going to be down 0-2. Yeah, I hope you're wrong.
This whole NBA playoffs has been plagued with injury. Like, I really wish there was like I could just time travel till the start of this playoffs. Like, find a way to keep all these. Imagine how these playoffs would have went if everyone was healthy and there were no injuries.
We know this.
Very different.
It's going to be Lakers and the Nets, right?
No, I don't think the Lakers make it all the way, but they make it further than around.
I'm kind of glad the way things have fallen. Let somebody else in there, goddammit. Let the Bucks in there. Let the Hawks in there. That's fine.
No,
I'm cool with that.
Not because no one watches.
Yeah, no one's gonna.
You're not gonna watch. People will watch. The NBA is quickly becoming second most popular sport under the NFL.
When the Spurs played in the finals, do you remember those ratings and how much people wanted to watch the Spurs?
It doesn't matter, man. I'm just telling you, people will watch.
No.
But
the answer to that question is an emphatic no. Aren't they losing to Washington right now 2-1? Is it Matt Scherzer back? Scherzer is back.
The Phillies, the Mets are going to make the playoffs because everyone else sucks.
And so the
Dodgers. It's going to happen.
I think the only way these NBA playoff ratings will be really good is if it's Clippers-Bucks, mainly because people want to see Giannis. And I mean, if Kawhi, they'd watch more. But
no, Kawhi's gone. From what I hear, he's gone for the. He's gone.
Yo, everybody on this panel, most of us picked Suns and Bucks, right?
Yes.
What if it's Clippers and Hawks?
Then no one watches it.
Then no one.
Come on, I would watch that. Trae Young is fun to watch. Trae Young is fun to watch, and I will root for him if he makes it to the NBA Finals this early in his career. I will root for him.
Think about it. What makes a team get high ratings? The stars of the team, right? If so, people will watch.
He's fun to watch.
So think of who's the main star of each team? Giannis on the Bucks, Trae Young on the Hawks. Kawhi, but he's hurt on the Clippers, so I guess it's PG right now.
I hate that mentality, though. If certain teams make it, nobody's going to watch. That's like saying in the NFL, if it's Tampa Bay versus you know, I don't know, Seattle, nobody's going to watch that because nobody cares.
But they will. That's
But
Brady
here's the
versus.
thing. All right, so here's the flip side to what you're saying, Alan. If the Mavericks were to ever make the finals, people would watch because they would have watched Luka.
Yes.
Okay, fine. But there's
I don't
stars on
think-
every damn team.
No,
It's just
but-
some teams have more stars than others. Who cares?
Yeah.
But if
You're
you
saying that you
compare-
don't like watching Trae Young? Trae Young
No.
is a star in the making. I got
No,
news for you. He's a star in the making.
Point Harry's
Is he though?
Yes, he is.
finals would get tremendous more views if they involved LeBron or KD or Giannis or whoever, instead of like imagine if it was San Antonio versus New York, like Knicks and Spurs out of nowhere. Like who do you want to watch there? Like
I gotta go.
you gotta go.
I
Where
want to
you
eat. I want to eat. Trae Young is a star. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much.
Oh, I'm not denying that.
No, Harry was denying that.
I am.
Yeah,
Well-
well, you're way outnumbered in that opinion. Way out. Not just here.
That's fine.
He's gonna be something.
He's
He just
giving
needs.
nothing.
He might just need a big man in the middle or something. But I mean,
He does. He has one.
he's got people, but he needs like one more guy, I'd say, and they'll be good. They'll be good.
When he plays defense, let me know.
All right, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
We'll
You
see y'all next week on Home Team Sports.
You don't-
Thanks for everybody that chimed in. Alan, what?
You don't need defense. Ask James Harden.
Thanks, Ben Simmons.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.